Hello, this is Bridget Conlog, Health Sciences Librarian for Pharmacy and Nursing at Wilkes University. This is a short tutorial on how to search the cumulative index to nursing and allied health literature, also known as CINAHL. Go to the Wilkes portal and log in. In the Launchpad, click on E.S. Farley Library. Under Resources, click on the Databases and Indexes link. Here is a list of all the databases that Wilkes subscribes to, or links out to, in alphabetical order. You can scroll through the list to see all of the resources, or you can click on a letter to jump right to a resource. I'll click on the C, and then I'll select CINAHL. And here's the search interface for CINAHL. Before you begin searching, consider the main concepts for your research question and construct your search using those terms. It's very helpful to write them down. Start with just 2 or 3 terms. You can add more later. Let's consider falls prevention for the elderly. So I'll put my first concept in, which is falls prevention. You'll see suggestions pop up as I type. You can select one of these or just keep typing. These suggestions are helpful, but I suggest that you enter your terms separately, at least initially. Now on my second line, I'm going to add my population, which in this case is the elderly. And notice again that it's providing suggestions for different ways to describe this population. So let's just go ahead and select one of these, since that might help expand our search a little bit. Okay, now I have my 2 lines, and let's add some filters before we run the search. Filters can help focus a search and limit it to certain parameters. You'll probably need to restrict your results to peer-reviewed journals. So let's go ahead and check that box. Faculty often set limits on publication date, so you can enter the appropriate limiters here. So let's do January, we'll do 5 years back to the present. And English language is also another helpful filter. Unless you read articles in other languages, you might want to select that. And now we'll scroll back up and click on Search. And you can add additional filters as you need to as you're going along. We've received 1,700 articles, which actually isn't that bad, as I would expect to find a lot of literature on this topic. You should quickly just scroll through your initial results. Just go through the first page or so. There should be at least a few articles that are of interest to you. If not, you need to revise your search and consider other terms that you might need to use. Because 1,700 citations are a lot to go through, let's think of how we might provide some focus to this set. Notice that while the articles do discuss falls prevention, perhaps you're interested in falls prevention in the elderly in their homes. If you don't specify this, the results will show falls in many settings, such as hospitals and skilled nursing facilities. So here on the 3rd line, I'm going to enter the term community dwelling, since that is the commonly used word at this time. And it's going to give me more suggestion. but I think I'll just stick with community dwelling. Notice the word and here. This is called a Boolean operator, and it will combine your terms looking for articles that have all three concepts. Don't be afraid to try different combinations. It's not often that we get it right on the first try, and there's many words that can describe the same thing. So let's run that search again. And now we have just under 300, which is a good size number for a research project of some depth. So you can always go back though and see what you've been doing here. If you click on your search history, you can see the two searches that I have run. You can always go back and look at your results and pull that set up here. It's helpful to see where you've been because sometimes you're trying a lot of different things and this helps you keep track. You can also combine searches here. These are actually pretty much the same, but you might have different sets that you want to put together. You would click on them, click on search with and then you'd have a whole nother set come up. Okay, so let's scroll down and look at our results. So what you want to do is you want to choose one that seems very relevant. Click on the title. And you can look at the subjects for this article. This might give you suggestions for other terms that you hadn't considered. So you can look at those. You can actually click on these and create searches just by clicking on these. If you decide that you want this particular article for your research, you could either click here and just pull up the PDF. Sometimes you just see this here, the Wilkes full text icon, and this will take you out to another place that we host the article on our website, or it will take you to an interlibrary loan link. CINAHL Complete has a large selection of full text articles, but it is not 100% full text. So some articles will not be available to you immediately and you'll have to get them through interlibrary loan. Over here on the right under Tools, these help you manage your citations and save them for future reference. So you can print, you can email the citation to yourself, you can save it to your computer. The Cite feature, that will show you how to format it in any citation style, including APA. But keep in mind that these canned citations are not always correct. Sometimes they leave out really important information like journal titles. So do check to make sure that what you see here is found in the APA 6th edition style manual that nursing uses. And you can also export these into a bibliographic management tool such as EndNote. And there is a separate tutorial on how to do this. You can click here under for the permalink, and this will create a permanent link that will always take you back to this particular record. CINAHL has a very helpful folder feature. You can see that here. And this allows you to gather citations across multiple searches and also within any given set. You can add them to one folder for viewing and managing all at once at the end of your session. A word of caution though about the folder option: it's temporary and it does not keep a record of your selections beyond the session. If you walk away to take a break, you'll have to do everything all over again, including running your search. EBSCO has auto logouts when activity in a session ceases, so do be careful about that. So to get to the next record, I could either click here on this little arrow, or I can go back to my result list. So let's just select a couple articles to put into the folder. I can show you that. And then if you scroll all the way to the top, here they are. So let's say you're done with your session and you want to see all the different articles that you selected. And you can click here, select them all, and then you can either print this list, email it to yourself, save to your device, or you can export it into EndNote or another tool. And that's all there is to it. Searching can be fun and very rewarding if you are willing to take some time and try different combinations of terms and revise your strategy as you go along. If you need any assistance with searching, please let the librarians know. We are more than happy to assist you.